Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to PTV Live. How are you doing?
Oh, look, there's people here.
Doing all right?
There are people here. Look at that. Here,
I
let me
gotta
take
get this done.
This is wonderful. What's that? Oh,
Just need to.
Doug's responding to a client. So,
Well, I don't know why it's not. It's being fussy.
So in the chat, I see we have Mike Wheeler first. Thank you, Mike. I also see that we have Rob Fuzz, Samantha Lowe. Welcome to the stream. Judy Hazel, great to have you here. Mar, always a pleasure. Mar in Memphis. D&G Explorers, one of our support channels. Thank you. Rob Fuzz as well. The Do Philly crew. Wait, great to see you here. Thank you so much for being here.
Is this Ron? Is Ron watching us?
It could be.
Okay.
Wonderful. And Pam's fam. Hello there.
Ugh, I don't know. I don't know how the internet works.
The Orlando guy. Welcome to the stream.
I'm having hot flashes. We gotta turn the fan.
Doug's having hot
Yeah,
flashes.
it's really warm in here. There we go.
No, the ceiling fan's still not
Ugh.
going. Wrong switch. There you go.
Okay. I can't see.
Yeah, you can't have a ceiling fan in my bedroom. My house where I live in Oakland was built in 1936 and was built before building codes were even a thing. So this house was kind of like what they refer to as grandfathered in.
Yeah.
So the ceilings here are probably less than 7 feet, which is fine for me because I'm a little guy. But if I were putting a ceiling fan in here, I would probably I could actually probably use that as some shears to cut this mop that's on the top of my head.
You know,
So
the hottest thing right now is hair dyeing sets, shavers, clippers, nail stuff, because people can't go to the salons, get pedicures. So women are just whacking off their nails. So right now you can't find any of that on store, and it's months out.
You're hot. We're having freeze warnings tonight.
Ugh,
Oh,
wow.
Mar. Oh, I know the weather's been crazy out west.
It's weird. It is weird.
Oh my goodness. So let's see. We've got Richard saying it's been a while since Lofi's tweeted or Instagrammed. And look at that. Lofi's done with Easter.
Yeah, Lofi does not. He's not wearing any more peeps.
We need to nix our stuff too.
No, Lofi insisted this morning that I take the peeps off because he said it was time to move on.
Well, isn't Easter technically done? You know, like Christmas,
Yep.
we keep it up until February.
And Mike Willis has got to 97 today where he lives in Florida.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, and I'm sure the humidity matched it. So
how warm was it here? I didn't even go outside today. I worked from home today. So
it was 73. So
oh, wow.
Rob Fuzz, hashtag move on.
Yep, it is time for Lofi to move on from Easter.
We have
Are you gonna say how many people are here?
am I?
Don't you do chat check and then we start chit chatting?
I did a chat check. So people have joined. Oh, I see Jeffrey Resendez has joined. Dreamer Deborah, hello there. Welcome to the stream. We are doing an open forum tonight.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Nothing's off limits.
No, that's not true.
Well, we got to put there's an
true.
asterisk by it.
Okay, here's what's going on. Our channel, we like to talk about Disney. We love to talk about Christmas, but if you're new to the channel, you may not know these things. So we love to talk about Christmas. We love to talk about Disney. We also really love talking about food. So with those things in mind, let's have an open forum. Ask us any questions that you have here in the stream tonight, and we will do our best to answer those questions for you. The only things that we said were off topic were going to be things like religion and politics, and that's just because we get that everywhere else. We don't need to have that here. So, and we've got a greeting from Stacy. Stacy, welcome. Oh, and Mike says that the humidity wasn't bad today because there was a breeze blowing. Okay, Mike, that's good to hear. Donna, welcome to the stream. Good to see you.
Hi.
And we've got our first one right now here off the top. Okay, Doug, you take this question, then Ben,
Three
then me.
top Disneyland moments you guys can think of at the top of your head right now.
Why do we each need to do 3? Why don't we each take one, and that's a top 3?
Okay,
I
Doug.
don't know if that's what you want. Rob, what do you want?
I'm
One
guessing
from
that.
each or 3 from each?
Griswold Family Vacay, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here.
We need some clarification.
Danny, always nice. I don't think there's clarification needed. It's top 3. Ben, give us one.
I would say my top would be waiting for July 17th, 2005, where we got to spend the night inside California Adventure, sleeping on the streets of the park, and then slowly making our way into the park at 7 a.m. to go stand in more lines once we got into Disneyland.
It is so true.
Very, very memorable. But as we walked in, they gave us free mouse ears, which Disneyland never gives away mouse ears. And they were gold mouse ears with the date
right over there.
Where?
on the back.
I'm not paying attention. I'm sorry.
The mouse ears.
For what?
50th anniversary.
Oh.
Hello, Jim. More sunshine, please. Season's greetings. So, Ben, you mentioned the ears.
Yeah.
That's them right there.
No, wow,
Those
Rob.
are the ears.
See, there's that.
Okay, let's get it really in there. So people see
That.
it. There we go.
And then on the back,
50th ears.
they stitched the date. Yeah. So
I
remember when
he rushed it into it. I couldn't get my gloves on fast enough.
happened 15
Very
years ago,
bossy.
and it's still vivid to me.
Yeah.
Doug.
So, Doug, what's your top?
I have 3. July 17th, 1987, February 8th, 2001, and May 1st, 2004.
Okay.
You guys want to know which dates one of those mean?
I know the first one that you mentioned in 1987 was the first day you ever went to Disneyland.
Yep.
The February 8th was the opening of California Adventure. You got to sleep inside Disneyland the night before.
Very good.
May 1st, 2004 is your birthday, but I don't know the significance of why you like the 2004 date.
I do. That was Doug's first visit to Club 33 at Disneyland.
Oh.
So,
And he did it with very dear friends, a cast member and her future husband.
they planned it for 9 months in advance.
And Paris.
So,
Thank you,
yeah,
Rob.
I have 3 very, very distinct Disneyland moments.
Yeah.
'Cause I opened DCA
Yeah.
personally.
In the same way that Dougie owns the Polynesian Resort in Florida.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
So,
And Arnie?
For me, there is one specific day that really comes to mind, and I don't know the exact date, but I do know it was January of 1995.
we got to pay attention to the chat.
Yeah, there are going to be lots of questions.
This
going
is
through.
happening
So, Ben,
way too fast.
Ben, you take a charge of some of the questions too. So for me, it's going to be a date specifically in January of 1995. And that was one, I had to get some trading cards to continue a collection for 40 days in a row, the cards that they gave away at Disneyland for the 40th anniversary. But that day was also one of the shortest days that Disneyland was open. It was only open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. because of a deluge in Southern California.
It was really pouring that day.
The rains were so bad, actually, there was almost a foot of water in the parking lot. It couldn't go anywhere. It was falling so fast. I got into my truck. I was driving a Ford Ranger 4x4 at that point and had the 4x4 going, locked the front wheels and the rear wheels. So everything was locked and I was able to go into 4x4. And I got through intersections that other cars were stalling in because of how high my truck was. It took me 50 minutes, what should have taken 10 minutes because of how bad the traffic was.
Oh, see, we have story behind it. This is maybe not a good idea.
So that's that.
Then
Okay, so
Donna
here's
has
the
a
if you
question.
all went to Hollywood Studios, which tier 1 ride would you fast pass? Which one the other two would you ride next?
Okay, that's not a fair question for me because I have not been to Hollywood Studios since 1996. So I'm not that familiar with that park.
Okay, I can. Now, as far as a fast pass ride, I would forget anything in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge because I can do that here at Disneyland. So that's not a problem. If I were to fast pass one ride, it would be, I would say the Tower of Terror. Because
Really?
I love the Tower of Terror.
Oh, boo.
And Doug, that's not yours. The one
It's not, no.
No, the one you would do is going to be what, the Rock and Roller Coaster?
Probably Thai Rock and Roller Coaster. I want to go on Slinky Dog. It's not my favorite park, to be honest.
Dog Dash, I guess, is one that I would probably put in there because I've seen so much about it.
Yeah.
But not having ridden it, I wouldn't be able to speak.
It's not my
about it.
favorite park. I give it a big Mickey's thumbs down because it's California Adventure and it's just not my cup of tea. It's just everything is too Californian for us. And coming from California, I don't want to see California when they already gave us a California park inside California. So I already have to choke that down. I could care less about the park, but I do love Rock and Roller Coaster. It's a beautiful park. There is some things about it, but to me, a total waste of time.
Okay, Doug, what's your favorite movie on Disney Plus right now?
No, I have to have my hands. My favorite show on Disney Plus.
Favorite movie?
Favorite
movie on Disney Plus?
The Lion King.
Yeah, for him, that would be the Lion
Probably the original Lion King, not the remake. Okay, so Donna's got a question here, Ben.
Okay.
Did Arnie and Ben ever try to switch places and trick people when they were kids?
Just once. Just once that I can. Oh, no, twice.
Twice. We did it twice.
The first time we were in junior high, we were both in 9th grade, and we each had the same period as teacher's assistants. We had done so many classes up to a certain point by the time we got to 9th grade. And in Oakland, at that time, junior high was 7th, 8th, and 9th, not 6th, 7th, and 8th. So Arnie and I, as being the teacher's assistants, we swapped classes because, I mean, what are they going to do? Downgrade us for not being in the right class or whatever? So I went into Arnie's class. Arnie went into my class. All the students around us knew the difference between the classes, but the teachers did not.
I was in Mrs. de Guzman's class because that's where Ben was supposed to be.
Yeah, I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Mrs. de Guzman was our geography teacher, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Was she mean?
She was awesome. I loved Mrs. de Guzman.
See, I teachers throw stuff at me.
Same with our English teacher, Mrs. Grimm. Well, the name Grimm sounds terrible.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too promising.
Actually, she was a delight.
It's funny because she'd always, when she'd sign a picture, she would say, "That's not a smile, that's a grim."
That's right.
Oh,
Okay, I saw one question here from D&G Explorers that was directed at me. And but before we get to this question, the other time when we switched places was...
I'll say that one.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I was on tour with Continental Singers, a singing group that had about 14 different tours touring all over America and the world. And that was in the summer of '84. Ben did not go. However, he saw some of the other tours in our area. So one, he knew the music because he and I learned it at the same time. Two, he learned the choreography by watching the concerts that were going on around him. So he studied it very carefully. And there were 3 sections of the concert. There was the opening section, the middle section, and then the last section. So Ben, right in the middle of my first set, he left the auditorium where he had been watching, went into the dressing room, put on my costume. And when all the guys ran in from the end of the first set, they went in, they saw Ben in my costume. They said, "Oh no, he's going on stage. He's Ben, you're going, what?" So he did it. He went on stage for me in the second set. And the director of the choir saw that where I stood on the risers, most of the people were around there and almost giggling. They were smiling bigger than normal. And he didn't see anything. And all of a sudden, he made the connection and realized that it was Ben on the stage. And he looked at Ben and kind of almost gave him a death look. And then what did he tell you when the second half or the second part was done?
We got to it was the intermission break or whatever, and he called me a jerk.
Yeah. Hey, Ben. Jerk. He was actually a director of piano or music teacher from Indiana. So he was Jim Johnson. What a great guy. I love Jim Johnson. He was wonderful.
I had an English teacher in high school that smelled like mothballs and had a bad wig.
We have a question. We have a question here from the Orlando guy. Richard asks, as a foodie, I have my top 3 television chefs or cooks. Number 3 is Julia Child. Number 2, Graham Kerr, the Galloping Gourmet. And number 1, Jacques Pepin. Who are yours?
Yes, Julia Child is absolutely number 1. 2. Why am I drawing a blank? So,
You're the foodie.
here, let me look up my books. I can't see
Because there are lots of television celebrity chefs that are out there. There are a lot of television ones, but you end up with people like Guy Fieri and Rachel Ray, and they're not people.
classics.
They're not classics.
They're
Julia Child or Jacques
third
Pepin.
generation wannabe chefs.
Yeah, but and there's nothing to besmirch them. They are very talented. They're very good at what they do. I just wouldn't classify them in the same league.
No.
So anyway, while you're looking at that answer, Ben, there's another question here. The Dufresne Crew says,
No. The one on the screen is the one I want to ask for.
"Oh, okay, go ahead."
Derek and Gregory asked when I would take my first cruise. In light of what is going on in the world these days, I would say after a vaccine is found.
Okay, that's fair.
But I would love to take a cruise, but I want to know that the environment that I'm going to be going to is safe.
That's fair. So the Dufresne Crew has a question. It says, "We know you have a huge Disney collection. If money was no object, what would you add to your collection?"
If for me, thank you, Donna. I appreciate your agreeing with me on that one. If money were no object and I could have anything Disney, I'd probably clear a space in my neighborhood and build my own space mountain.
That's not right. That's stupid.
What would you add to your collection? Me?
Yeah.
I know I would want to add either a people mover set of cars or a monorail train.
I want an attraction vehicle.
That's what I would add.
Because what else?
Either that or possibly signage from the Disneyland Hotel, big D.
Or maybe a working audio animatronic from the Tiki Room.
I thought you would say the Evil Dollhouse because you do like that attraction. I want something from the attractions. I mean, we already have some things from attractions, but nothing. I want an attraction vehicle.
Look at Dreamer Deborah. She says, "Great idea, Ben. Money no object. Think big."
Oh,
exactly what I was thinking.
Now, Alyssa asked a question. She says, "Question, Arnie and Ben, what year Disneyland food?"
What was the question?
What year Disneyland food?
What do you mean, what year?
I'm not quite sure what she means by that.
Question.
But if I were to actually answer a question that...
or is it what's your favorite Disneyland food?
Yeah, what's your favorite Disneyland food?
Okay. That's a tough one because there's so many good things. But if I had to absolutely have to just pick one thing, it's probably the M&M infused Rice Krispie treat.
If I have to pick one thing, it's going to be the corn dog on Main Street at Disneyland.
That's fair.
That's just one of those things. Dreamer Deborah, I love that. Oh, great idea, Ben. Money no object, think big. That's great.
I'm telling you.
Okay, I found him.
Richard likes your idea, Arnie, the corn dog.
Julia Child, Jacques Pepin, and Alice Waters.
And who's Alice Waters?
Basically the creator of California cuisine from Chez Panisse. in Berkeley, which I still haven't gone there yet.
It set the standard for California cuisine, which then went all across the country. Alice Waters owns Chez Panisse, and it's actually part of, in Berkeley, the city of Berkeley, called the Gourmet Ghetto.
Oh, and then Thomas Keller is a strong third too. Thomas Keller is the French Laundry and basically helped write and create Ratatouille for Pixar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. That's a good one. Thomas Keller.
So Thomas Keller.
He actually has a masterclass. Masterclass.com. Thomas Keller. Oh, and look at that. Richard says, I auditioned for Continental Singers and ultimately decided not to go. I should have. Did you go to Estes Park prior to heading on your tour? No, I did not go to Estes Park. When Ben and I were going, they were doing the tours out of Arrowhead Springs in Southern California. So I went to Arrowhead Springs twice in 1983 and then 1984.
I went on the same tour in 1983 with Arnie, and ours was Tour T, which stood for Tonga. And we spent a week on the island of Tonga in the South Pacific.
Yeah.
Oh, I found another thing I want. Something from the Haunted Mansion.
Oh.
Not the animatronic from the Haunted Mansion.
The Hat Ghost?
The Hat Ghost, the Hitchhiking Ghost. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
And a lot from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Jonathan Chong says, when you do go on, make sure you get a Grand Marnier souffle. It's yummy.
What's your all go to Disneyland opens? Sorry, Alyssa.
No, it's. I think what the question is what are you going to do when Disneyland opens?
Jump for joy.
D&G, LOL, Doug, retract those claws.
Yeah, I'll be excited about.
No.
I'll be excited about Disneyland opening when it does. However, along with the whole cruise thing, I don't know that I'm going to be comfortable being in any type of large public area until we get COVID-19 under control.
Yeah, I understand that.
Stacey Rogers. Oh, what
Pepper
you
Tree.
all,
Yeah, is that the top one up there?
Alyssa, question, what you all going yay about Disneyland?
Yeah. So it says, Pepper Tree Villa, for all three of you, when you finally get back to Walt Disney World, what are you looking most forward to doing?
For me, it would be seeing Animal Kingdom for the first time.
I know this sounds kind of trite, but to me, it's seeing a lot of you. I can't wait to get to Florida and meet everyone in person.
Yeah,
and
it's
spend
true.
time with all of you.
That is very true.
That's what I'm
I
looking
would
forward to.
probably say it's ghastly and sickly sweet, cloyingly sweet. But this might sound really weird. I want to experience and go to the Polynesian.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I just think the history, the lore of it, the mystique. I know it's not grand or fancy or opulent, but there's something about it attracts me. that resort attracts me really the most is going to the Polynesian. But yeah, it's actually seeing our peeps. I feel like we're connecting to them, and I think about them ad nauseum. Yes, I would love to have a locomotive. Yeah, that would be it, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, and Mara says that she wants to get a Swarovski Cinderella's castle.
Mm-hmm. I have a lot of Swarovski.
Drinks at the Poly, as soon as we get there, I'm all for that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just something, how you're attracted to something that doesn't have a lot of meaning, but it just seems you're just a magnet to it. You just think about it. And it's just something that I really, really.
Dreamer Deborah says Estes Park is gorgeous. Love it there. Really get close to the wildlife there. Even in the middle of town, the elk wander about. Yes, I love Estes Park. I was there for a church conference once. We had a Southwest conference kind of thing. It was beautiful.
What are you all eat, Doug and Arnie Ben?
Okay.
What do we like to eat?
Yeah. Let's see. Actually, even before that, there was another question here that say, let's see. Arnie, I was going to add meeting Donna does not count to my question.
Yes. I wouldn't say people because I already know we're going to spend more time with people than the parks.
If that's the case, and the one thing I'm looking forward to, for me, is a dinner at Victoria and Albert's at the Grand Floridian.
I want to do that really bad.
Yeah, you guys can do that. I'd probably it would be lost on me.
No, I'm not going to buy
and
you
it's not
chicken
just
nuggets.
and it's not just a regular dinner there at Victoria and Albert's. I want to sit at the chef's kitchen in a chef's table in the kitchen.
Yeah, the little room off to the side.
That's where I want.
Yes, it's over the top and opulent, but there's a reason why.
Okay, would we ever go
later?
Would you ever go to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Hollywood?
I did them in LA, and it's not my thing.
Yeah, Ben, you and I went to do the Not Scary Farm in Southern California. We went to Not Scary Farm
back in the mid-90s, and I hated it.
Yeah, you know what?
It's not my environment. It's a little too scary, and I know a lot of people love horror films and being scared and all that. That's just not my thing.
Would I ever go to Aulani? I have never been to Hawaii, ever. While that looks attractive, I would love to see it, but I would want to experience more non-traditional, non-homogenized, non-touristy Hawaiian things before I go do anything Disney. So I want to do the alleys, the backwater, the backways, not the seedy area of Hawaii, but I want to do the non-traditional Hawaiian stuff. So I want to experience Hawaii in a Hawaiian way.
Well, see,
what the locals do.
D&G is saying Ben can go to Ohana with
Big Little Explorer.
Yeah.
And then Richard says, Scott Hunnell's a friend of mine. We'll get reservations at the chef's table when you get here. My Amex treat.
Oh, wow. One of his mini Amex.
Richard, that would be awesome. Absolutely.
I
love
want
that.
That's why, and it has to be on November 27th, 2021.
And
then,
Richard,
why it has to be that day, you have to private us.
And those guys can go there. All I would need would be a bucket of popcorn.
Yeah,
I'd be happy.
And so Deborah says she gets nightmares if she goes to scary, crazy, scary places. And you know what? I don't sleep well.
But I get nightmares when I go to Walmart.
Huh?
What was that, Ben?
I said I get nightmares when I go to Walmart.
I just never like the gore, the fangorma, the scary, the blood guts and stuff. That was never really my thing. It's not that it scares me. I'm not attracted to it. I don't need that kind of heart palpitations. It just is not my thing. So when it comes to Halloween, we like more of like the way that Disney does it. I don't mind spooks or skeletons or witches or stuff like that. I don't want the gore and the absolutely scaring where you soil your hosiery. It's not my thing.
That's pretty cool. Griswold family went to Estes Park for the honeymoon. Danny, that's awesome.
Cool.
You guys don't have to be very repetitive. We really do apologize.
If you had the power, what one defunct element of any Disney park would you bring back?
That's a great question.
Very good.
That's a very, very good question. Let's try each park. Okay. So for instance, at Disneyland, what would you bring back, Ben?
Oh, I was just thinking about this the other day.
I've got 3 attractions I would want to bring back.
Me too.
Skyway, People Mover, and America Sings.
Yes, all 3.
Isn't that ghastly?
All 3.
What was something that was very walled? I just had this.
The Phantom Boats?
No.
The motorboat cruise? Amy's asking, any suggestions on a hotel near Disneyland?
Any place but the Snowflake Inn.
The Candy Cane Inn.
Oh, that thing's been torn down.
The Candy Cane Inn is a favorite of a lot of people. You can also stay at, there's a Hilton nearby, but there's also a Hyatt Regency that's nearby. That's decent as well. So if you're looking for a nice hotel that's off property, yeah, that would be the way to go.
Candy Cane Inn, though, is definitely a nice place to stay.
So you guys said People Mover,
yeah,
Skyway,
and America Sings.
Now, I would probably do the Viewliner.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. Yeah,
Viewliner, very short.
Now, if we talk Epcot, for me, it would definitely be Horizons.
I want to do Hawaii Horizons.
See, Noah said the same thing. Horizons.
Hands down. I want to know what is all the scuttle about it. I never got to do it, I went like a year or so. I don't know. I love to have Horizons and Epcot.
It's one of those things that unless you were able to experience it, there's nothing like it. Oh, another thing that I'd want back at Disneyland would be the Adventure Through Inner Space.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Oh, and I want the Tahitian Terrace restaurant back.
Oh,
I've been lusting after that.
I loved the Tahitian Terrace. It was wonderful. And then Stacy's asking Pepper Treville again for all three, which park worldwide that you've not been to do you most want to go to?
Disney Tokyo Sea.
Tokyo Disney Sea.
Tokyo Disney Sea.
Yep.
All
Absolutely.
the money. Yep.
Tokyo Disney Sea is it. I just hear just such wonderful things about it.
Magnification.
Yes.
Okay.
Magnification.
Time. No, but that's supposed to be 2021 for us.
Okay, we've got this one too.
You have been there for Christmas.
For all three. Have you ever been for Christmas? I have.
No.
I went with my mom in December of 1999 and had an absolute blast. We went to all four parks. We went to as many of the resorts as possible. I even played handbells in the lobby of the.
Of course you did.
Of the Port Orleans.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was great.
KD&G.
And then what was that question that we had earlier from Richard?
That's
right here.
What is your guilty pleasure at Trader Joe's? Something you will never take back.
Oh.
God, yours is peanut butter.
Hands down.
No. For me, orange chicken.
No.
Oh, yes.
We hardly ever eat that.
Which is why it's a guilty pleasure. I absolutely love it.
Oh, guilty pleasure. I didn't understand.
Mine would be the cheese crunchies that are like cheese puffs. Those things, you open up a bag and it's like my mouth becomes a vacuum and everything just gets sucked in one sitting. It's awful. It is the epitome of shame eating for me.
Really? A guilty pleasure at TJ's.
Oh my goodness.
Guilty.
I'm just going through some of these questions and I saw that the Jafili Crew says, I went into the haunted house once for the Halloween Horror Nights. I screamed so loud, peed my pants. The guy with the chainsaw started laughing.
Yeah, I don't need to soil my hosiery. I don't.
D&G Explorers, if they had an attraction come back, they want to see Golden Dreams at DCA.
Oh, I went on it a ton of times.
I've already said my piece with that place.
Yeah, I already said my piece with it. It's beautiful. It should have been what it should have been.
Oh, look at that. We're getting some people coming over. Toaster Steve sent me.
Oh,
hello, Avery. Hello, LSU Mom. Ryan, Captain Akron, welcome. Mary Spence, welcome to the stream. Michelle the Quilter, hello, welcome. Let's go ahead and go through what's going on. We are on an open forum right now. People are asking us any questions that they would like to hear from us of what we think about Disney, whether the parks or food, Christmas, and with Disney also movies and television. Nothing's off the table on Disney. So ask any question you'd like us to answer, and we'll do our best to come up with an answer for you.
Well, guilty means something you shouldn't be because you feel guilty eating it. Well, I think right now would be those little ice cream cones.
Oh, look at that. Dreamer Deborah got Mickey bars. Treated myself. That's an awesome treat.
That sounds delicious.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Definitely. Wow.
Which Hallmark ornament is on the top of your list? So that's a no-brainer. It's the Haunted Mansion one.
For Doug, it is. I unfortunately I have not even had a chance to look at the Dream Book yet.
Yeah,
I could not do Horror Nights at PTV when it comes.
I haven't had.
Oh my god!
I haven't had the opportunity to download the PDF. When I tried to download the PDF, it didn't want to cooperate with me. So I'm gonna have to go back and check that out tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to. He printed it.
Definitely. Yeah, I printed it.
So I can lick the paper. I love it. I love it.
Oh, dear Lord.
Okay. What is your favorite recipe to recreate at home from the parks?
Oh, that's an easy one.
No, not necessarily. Ben, what's yours?
Chicken divan.
Ben loves chicken.
There's a recipe from the Mickey's cookbook that we have had in our library for probably about 30 years. And it's a recipe that came from one of the hotels at Walt Disney World. But it is one of our go-to recipes here in my home. Sherry likes to make it, and I like to eat it.
Yeah.
I love chicken divan.
I think ours is the pineapple upside down cake with Dole Whip.
That's him. For me, if I can recreate one, this is from Disneyland specific. It's the Monte Cristo sandwich.
Oh yeah,
It's an amazing
so good.
calorie bomb. I tell you,
Calorie bomb is the right name for that.
yeah, it's a calorie bomb, all right.
Oh, if
Now
you're gonna go happy.
Now let's see. That was that question. We've got a question here.
I had trouble on the How Mike site too. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah. Let's see. Kay Atwood's asking, out of all the classic movies on Disney Plus, which is your favorite?
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
What was the question again?
Your favorite movie from Disney Plus? Favorite classic film? Yeah.
Anything pre 1966.
Animation or live action?
It doesn't matter.
You know, I have to say, I'm on a major Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs kick. There's just something about it. I've just been very attracted to it.
It's a very well constructed film.
I've seen The Mandalorian. He's seen The Mandalorian. He has not.
So, okay.
Dreamer Deborah asked about The Mandalorian.
Yeah, but Ben, Stacy says, Ben, what? No.
I know.
What? No.
They just released the recipe for Walt's chili. It was on D23.
Yes.
Hi, Bargrot.
I do want to try it.
Lewis, how you doing? Good to see you. Texas Takes, welcome to the stream. Okay, we've got a question here now from Richard, the Orlando guy. Question, you have to choose one Don Knotts film. The Apple Dumpling Gang, Hot Lead and Cold Feet, Gus, or Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo?
For me, it's the Apple Dumpling Gang.
Yeah,
Apple Dumpling Gang, definitely.
That was one of the first movies I watched when I got Disney Plus because I had not seen it in years, and I could watch it over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh, Stacey Rogers, you know what? We just given up. You know, we're going to be poor for the rest of our life. So
I like this. Texas State says, Mike Wheeler seems to, you're on every channel I love. Okay. Lewis loves the Love Bug. That's a good choice for a movie.
I've already seen it 2 or 3 times since Disney Plus came into my home.
I think the hottest ornament for Hallmark that I want to get like immediately.
Like our one is in the room.
Wild.
Juan Rodriguez, welcome to the stream. Here's one. Donna sent this one ahead of time. Donna, thank you for re-asking this one.
You didn't take a picture of it, did you? He's huge.
No, I did not. How is Keith the pepper tree? And would you ever consider decorating him for Christmas? Very good question. Keith is actually doing very well. He was trimmed last fall. And he's now just growing like crazy again. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. Keith is just very excited to be living. So he just keeps growing up and up. Have we considered decorating for Christmas? We thought about it, but it's a little difficult because it is
a cherry picker for it.
I would need a cherry picker to get lights up that high.
This is a good question. Kay Atwood, if you could invite anyone live or dead to your Christmas party, who would you invite to?
Walt Disney.
Steve Jobs.
Alive or dead?
Yes.
Where is it?
Carol Burnett.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one too.
I'm thinking of more dead people.
Richard's asking, what's the new Disney Plus Movie Club movie so I can get a promo produced?
Yeah, that's the first one we're going to get.
Richard, we were just talking about that before we went live this evening, and we don't know yet. We haven't made a decision on it. But we will definitely let you know as soon as we have made a decision on that.
Grew up in the Bay Area.
Lewis grew up in the Bay Area, so Love Bug means a lot. Yeah. Same thing with the movie What's Up, Doc with Ryan O'Neal and Barbara Streisand.
Carol Burnett is a good choice.
Oh, Madeline Kahn's another good choice.
Yeah, Madeline Kahn is a good choice.
For alive?
Yeah, that's a good choice. Let's see. There was another question there that I saw. What was that?
There's another really good one.
Oh, are Keith's peppers hot? Stacy, Keith is actually a California pepper tree, and the peppercorns that he produces are not edible, unfortunately. If you could have one former CO besides Walt Disney back in control of the company, who would it be?
Roy Roy with a heartbeat. We just need some. I know you're getting the family blood because anything after the family blood, no offense, has kind of been a hot mess. Iger's been the best one out of them all. And I don't know if you guys all ever read the article, but Iger is he's back in the lead now.
Well,
It's kind of a cool article about it.
That is a true business political move, because with Bob Iger's experience, having run the company for 15 years and dealing with a pandemic that has pretty much frozen every single thing that they can do with this company, other than a streaming service, which just happened to be launched at the right time, they are hemorrhaging money right now. They're losing, what was it, about
$1 million a day?
30 million?
Mm-hmm.
30 million a day.
30 million a day, yeah. So apparently they took out a loan of $6 billion at the end of March, which, they could make up in 3 months of activity at the theme parks once they're all open again. But the theme parks being closed is
that's good.
It's one leg of the horse, and the other two legs are barely standing. They've only got the streaming service that is benefiting them right now, and that's far from a complete package, and they're still doing discount pricing on it because there isn't as much content on it as there would be on Netflix.
Okay, Pam, what parade or show would you bring back in a heartbeat? Oh, mine would be the Lion King.
Lion King Celebration.
A Lion King Celebration,
hands
definitely.
Down. Okay, next.
That parade is actually what they ended up having as the Legend of the Lion King in Animal Kingdom.
Maybe. I think we might.
Would you go to the Walt Disney World Christmas party?
If we get tickets and we can and we have time, I probably maybe sort of kind of would.
Let's see. We also had a follow-up question. Will you maybe post photos or a vlog about Keith and how he's looking? We haven't seen him in a while. Donna, yes.
That's not a bad idea.
That's a good idea. I will do that. I'll do an update video.
He needs to shave bad.
Yeah.
We got to clip him back.
That's actually not a bad idea. We could actually show him once we give him a trim. We can show before and after, or show how I trim. So, because what we do is we just have to try and get the leaves that are really drooping down to make sure that we've got clearance at the sidewalk. And
he's already in all the merch.
Will we ever see Keith on Pepper Tree?
He's our logo.
Merch? He is our logo. That's the leaves you see of our logo, the green and gold logo that we have for our channel. That's actually leaves from Keith. So, we might be able to do something about that.
Oh, this is like acting like you're picking your favorite child. Or what's your best child, your favorite child? All my cookbooks are my children. I can't ask that.
Oh, man.
I think...
Yeah, Donna, the picture that PTV sent Mom and Mouse for my book, they took in front of Keith the Pepper Tree. Yes, Mike, we did do that.
The first original Main Street Electric Parade, I would definitely do.
Main Street Electric. Oh, yeah. I love the Main Street. But the thing is, fortunately, it's been coming back to Disneyland Resort. It's been back a couple of times, so we've been able to see it again.
Yeah, it's not like we were.
Okay, what the funk show at Disneyland would you like to see again if you could? For me, it would be the Hunchback.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame Festival of Fools. I liked that show.
Good show. It was there when I was living in Southern California, so I got to see it a number of times.
Yeah.
But it was a great show.
That's a very good show.
But the Festival of Fools area doesn't exist anymore because it was taken out for Galaxy's Edge.
There were 3 shows that I really liked. They were all at the Fantasyland Theater, too. In this case, one was Beauty and the Beast, which is showing right now still at the studios. But at the studios, it's actually even abbreviated from what we had in Disneyland. I also like the Snow White show that they had there. But I also really liked the show they did for Tailspin. Because I remember the audience used to love making fun of Don Carnage.
For me, it'd be the 2000 fireworks show, Believe There's Magic in the Stars. I would literally just sob like a disgraced televangelist. I would just be like,
yeah, true. If we were talking about California Adventure, I would love to see Blast again.
Oh, that was a great
Blast was a great show at the Hyperion Theater. It was based on the Broadway show. So it was very well done.
Here's another question. You must bring one of these rides back. Superstar Limo or Journey. Oh, that's a no-brainer.
Which one? Journey into Your Imagination. Which one and why? You can't say neither. Okay, for me, I would bring back Journey into Your Imagination. I know it's a dreadful version of something that was absolutely adored at Epcot, but Superstar Limo was just so awful that I just could not see it brought back. As a matter of fact, in 2004, the attraction had been shuttered for a couple of years already. Matt Ouimet, the president of Disneyland at that time, saw it and said, "You know what? Why is this attraction closed?" Yeah, Richard liked that one.
How many years have you been
So
collecting?
anyway, he saw the attraction and says, "Why is this shuttered?"
Oh,
And then he
Luminaria.
said, oh,
Oh,
Luminaria.
yeah, that's good.
That's a very good show.
Oh, my gosh.
But the attraction was so bad, Matt Ouimet said, "Why is this shuttered?" He saw it open, and he said, "Oh, yeah, let's keep it closed. In fact, let's try and redo something."
May 23rd, 1989
When you started collecting pins,
is basically when the new Tomorrowland opened at Disneyland.
1998.
1998, May 23rd, 1998
I
is when
started,
I really...
Me, it was 1990. I don't even know if I have it available to me,
It's probably in the other room.
but there is a map set of Disneyland that they sold at the Disney store in 1990, and you got a pin each time you went into the store, like one a week or one every other week or something, and it filled out the set of Disneyland for the 35th anniversary. That's when I started, 1990. Also, that's when I had my first real job that I was able to afford money
that's true.
to
Yeah.
spend. What dining location would you like to bring back at Disneyland? For me, it was Big Thunder Barbecue.
I think we already mentioned this. The Tahitian Terrace wins that hands down for me.
Yeah. Okay. But
That dinner show was awesome.
that's in Disneyland. If we're talking about Disneyland property period, I would bring back the Monorail.
Monorail Cafe.
Monorail Cafe.
I loved the chubby cheddar. It was a great ham cheeseburger.
I want to do Casa de Fritos. I wish they just bring that back. I know it's Mexican now, but I want to know Mexican in the Casa de Fritos. Because people, did you know Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos were created at Disneyland?
Actually, just Doritos. Doritos. themselves.
Doritos were created at Disneyland.
Okay.
Part 2 question.
Two-part. Outside of Disney,
Mm.
what city in the U.S. would you most want to visit than the world? Okay, Doug, for you, it's a city that you've never been to. What?
It'd be Seattle and then Paris.
Okay. For me, I would want to visit here in the States. Oh my goodness.
Portland, Seattle.
I've
but
been to a
Seattle.
lot of places, but I would love to go back to Portland, Seattle, and I really want to go back to Chicago. I love Chicago. So much fun. So much fun. As far as the world, I've been to Paris, so I would say either Rome, Italy, or Sydney, Australia.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Ben,
That's cool.
Ben, what about you?
I've never been to Boston, so I would love to go to
Oh,
Boston.
love Boston.
I want to catch a game at Fenway at some point in my life. But as
Maybe don't start.
for
I've
a,
never let myself. Yeah.
a world
Don't.
for a world city, I'm with Arnie. I would love to go see Sydney. I've never been to Australia.
Okay. Yeah. Collecting pins is dangerous. Very dangerous. Kayat was saying, "Money is no object. What's your dream vacation?"
Oh, that's easy.
Don't let you want to visit Dodge City, Kansas.
Money is no object. First class to every single theme park, a Disney park, and I'm escorted. I have a private driver that takes me. I stay in the most opulent hotel rooms on property. Do what I need to do. Spend like 2 or 3 weeks in each park. Make sure I do everything. Buy everything, then go to the next park, and then fly around the world. And then from the airport, I don't want to see anything else. From the airport, I want a private, like Rolls Royce type of car with a driver, takes me to it. I want to be in this all encapsulating bubble. And then back on an airplane, first class to the next one.
My dream vacation is actually just going around. Oh, my husband and I have been to Fenway.
I've seen it from my hotel room when I went to Boston.
Ben and I had a great time when we went to Chicago and to Wrigley Field. Just loved it.
Yeah.
And we saw the San Francisco Giants just smash the Cubs that day. It was a good game.
That was before the Cubs were a good team.
Yeah.
Oh, I have so many pins. Thousands and thousands. And
Donna says, it's dangerous, Deborah. I have almost 4,000 pins now. Yeah, Doug and I have about 5,000 pins.
6,000.
It's pretty bad.
It's
my collection isn't as out of control as Arnie and Doug's, but it's pretty bad.
And then
I would have to say we're addictive collectors. We get into something and I gnaw on it too.
Juan Rodriguez, is Donald Duck number 1?
I don't know what that means.
What do you think?
Is Donald
Is
Duck?
it, or is it Mickey Mouse?
Sorcerer and Mickey. There's no discussion.
Boston
is beautiful. It is one of the most incredible cities in the United States. Is Boston.
There's so much history there.
Oh, I almost wet myself every time I was trying. Oh my gosh, this is where they.
Do you know what's going on, Ben?
I'll be right back. I've got to get a couple of pins off my wall.
Oh, okay. He's getting his pins.
Cities often were there in the honeymoon.
Because you know what? The pins are very dangerous. They really are.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you, Dreamer Deborah. That is why I like Doug. He wants to be spoiled. I just don't want to be with any riffraff and cooties, and I just want everything taken care of me and whisk me away. Yeah, I have a lot of my pins have serious memory.
Show us your most prized pin.
Oh.
We'd actually have to find them because they're in lots of books.
No.
Or do you have one? Do you know which one you want?
Oh my gosh. Most prized? Can I give you like 12?
First, there's a collection that I have of all 50 pins from the 50th anniversary, where like Arnie's card collection for the 40th anniversary, where you got a different card representing an attraction that opened each year. Disneyland has been open.
Oh,
I have a pin collection much in that realm. So there's those, but this pin right here is from the actual 50th anniversary date of Disneyland, stating I was there July 17th, 2005. And where we had to sleep all night in California Adventure on the streets, we were also allowed to go. We had the privilege of going in early to Disneyland to wait in more lines to buy merchandise. And this is the one thing that I took from that. It's one of my favorite pins. However, they also had a lot of New Year's pins.
Yeah. Now the one there in the top,
one here, right in the center, right up at the top.
That's one of the pins that I value the most as well.
The Mickey Mouse with 2000.
Yeah, and then if you go further down, you'll see pins with let's see, I don't know, you don't have the Walt Disney one there with him standing in the doorway of Club 33?
No, these are all New Year's pins.
New Year's pins, okay. Yeah. There is one of Walt Disney standing in a doorway of Club 33 that I really treasure. It's actually on the Dalmatian tree every Christmas. So I particularly love that one.
Okay. Here's mine.
And then here's Doug.
Well, these are very, very I have
He's got his gloves on. It's a big deal here.
He's serious.
They're all in this. Now, the story behind it. Okay. This one right here is, I think, it. It says, I saw the Millennium Dawn. The cast member pin that was only given out on May 1st, the year 2000.
January 1st.
January 1st of 2000. And it says, I saw the Millennium Dawn 2000. And a cast member gave it to me that day. So I have a cast member pin of Disneyland. And then that is just one of my favorite Millennium. And this one up there, everybody could see, it's the Millennium Celebration of Epcot. It was the flag, and it has the logo of Epcot.
And then what's that Mickey one there? It all started
with
the mouse.
The Millennium. And that's a cast member pin of the...
And it all started with the mouse. So
that's a cast member pin, but this one right here, it has the Millennium logo, and it has the bunting that was on all the light posts at Epcot. And then I have a bunch of other ones.
Lots of pins. Lots of pins.
Yeah.
Yep, the gloves are out, Donna.
When you talk about we glove Doug. Very nice, Jim. Very nice.
He's making fun of me.
Yeah, he said we glove Doug.
We glove Doug.
And which one is that? Oh, yes.
This is a new procurement that I treasure. It's a Club 33.
Oh, that's nice.
I can't. It's the new one, and the picture is horrible.
But yeah, it's
when you open it, it's like a locket. It's the tiki.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. What's going on with that is the summer of 2018 was known as the summer of
the tiki.
The summer of tiki.
Smack.
It was the summer of tiki at the club. So,
I have a ton of Club 33 pens.
So yeah.
But that was also the 55th anniversary of the Tiki Room.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
So they did that one. So yeah, it's a beautiful pin. We really like that one.
And then someone talked about a giant Swarovski crystal castle. This is my Swarovski crystal. The thing weighs a ton, but it's my Swarovski. Sorcerer Mickey. He's on a giant crystal wave.
I like this one. Holy crap, that Club 33 pin is mint.
So we have the Swarovski, so this thing.
That needs to be the next t-shirt with thumbs up stick. We glove Doug.
Okay, that sounds a little
What's the one thing you would take from Disney? From
Disneyana.
What I did
Disneyana store.
Disneyana.
Yeah, the store from the Disney Gallery. What's the one thing you would take? You know what? There was this one thing that I probably would consider. I've talked about park signage and things like that, but if it was one thing that I could have bought at Disneyland, I think they made either 5 or 10 of them only, and it was a wood-carved Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah,
that stood in the Disney Gallery for years, and then someone walked in and finally bought it. They only made like 4 or 5 of them, I think.
I think a half a dozen of them.
But they were hand carved, beautifully lacquered, beautifully painted, and they cost thousands of dollars. But it would be something like someone like John Stamos would buy on a whim, or Michael Jackson. So that's the kind of thing that was there in the park. So I would have loved to have purchased something like that for our collection, because he could have stood in the Mickey room or even in the living room.
Oh, I'll make him fit.
Since Doug has his gloves, can he show us everyone the diamond?
Oh, the diamond.
Yes. We'll show the diamond.
That is one of the best things Disney ever did for their guests. Shocked us all.
Good night, Lewis.
Oh, good night.
Here's the thing.
This is it.
This takes a little bit of a setup. July 17th, 2014 was Disneyland's 59th anniversary. Fortunately, I was very lucky to get an invitation through Twitter to a special party where we were able to stand in Town Square on that day in a special spot that was marked off. And when we did, we went ahead, they said, okay, stand here. We're going to reveal the logo for the 60th anniversary. So we saw that. And then they said, okay, everyone that got that message from Twitter, you are now invited into the Disneyland Opera House for a private party. So we went in. They had cookies and things to give us. Lots of diamonds sitting on the table. But as we were leaving, they gave us parting gifts. And one of the things they gave us...
They were all in tuxedos. Cass was all in tuxedos and says, here's your gift. And they had it on a silver tray.
And this is the box.
This is the box. It's the 60th logo.
That's the logo of the 60th anniversary.
Oops.
There you go.
Then
and then we opened it up.
Open it.
And inside was a diamond.
It's a giant diamond with the logo on it.
It's a D with the
60th logo.
And the thing was never sold in the park. They just gave it to the people that they had invited through Twitter to this special event.
It's a giant crystal diamond with the logo.
That's beautiful. That is just beautiful.
Yeah. So that's Doug got one and I got one. Now we have friends.
Oh,
One of our friends. Yeah, Don is like, OMG.
we ran to the car so quick.
Yeah, we wanted these
because cars to getting to the park, because I thought Disney was going to ask us back, but to give us something so opulent. We got Elsa and Anna were hot at that time. We got pictures with them. We had cupcakes, and they also gave us a ticket book where we can get fast passes to go on all the attractions from A, B, C, D, and F.
Juan Rodriguez wants us all to dip into our 401ks and go to the junk stores.
Oh, I'm so ready. I have a serious itch and scratch.
So Juan got the 60th anniversary diamond too. It's a frame you open the middle and you put a photo inside. Very nice.
Oh, here's the book. Then they gave us this as a partying thing.
Wow. So what it is inside they were all tickets of e-tickets. So they had attractions that were e-tickets from the 50s, from the 60s, 70s, and so on. And you could use those tickets as fast passes for that day. So they gave you the whole thing.
Yeah, it was just...
Now, what they did was they gave us duplicates. So the backside was just a plain white ticket of each ticket. So if you wanted the one for the 50s, you could get, say, you go on the railroad, or you could do the Matterhorn bobsleds. So we took it out. We went on the Matterhorn bobsleds as for our fast pass. You took out the white ticket that was behind the colored 50s ticket, and that's what you got. There are things that are falling down over there.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of losing.
So that was a fun thing. Now Richard has a question here.
Yeah.
What one thing do you most regret not buying at Disneyland? For me, I had the opportunity to purchase the #1 artist proof of the Sprite of Spring from Fantasia 2000, which was at Disneyland. I regret it. Doug, I already know what you want.
I had the opportunity to purchase it. Oh, this still haunts me to this day. And I know D&G has it, so it makes me feel real good.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
A little frame has a picture of one of the railroads, and it actually has a spike. Yep. And it's in the shadow box. And to this day, that is the one thing I really wish I got. And it was not expensive. It was just, when you put it off and you're just like, ugh. And then it went away. There was another thing we were talking about. We still haunt to this day. There was, besides the railroad spike, we've talked about it. And we're like, why didn't we pick it up? Why is it eluding me? What was it? And we were just there, even in September, we talked about it.
I don't remember.
But you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
So, I'd rather have buyer's remorse than buyer's regret. Yeah. Buyer's remorse, you either can gift it, sell it, eBay it, or return it, because at least you have the opportunity to get it.
Yeah.
I'd rather have buyer's remorse and just hoard all this stuff than regret, because regret is something that you can never go back. You just regret it.
It's true. So Kay's asking, is there a Holy Grail ornament that you don't have but want?
For me, there's one that Arnie and Doug have on their tree that I wish I had. And it's an Oswald the Lucky Rabbit ornament where he's popping through a Christmas wreath. I never got that ornament. I would love to get it, but I don't have it. I see it on Arnie's tree every year.
I thought it was the Carsland wreath.
No.
The wrenches, the one that looks like a snowflake. That's another one.
That's another one that I wasn't able to get.
Yeah, you've been lusting after that. Which one would be ours?
But the Oswald ornament for me is the one that I'd have to say.
Actually, the Holy Grail ornament's not just, I don't know if it's just one, but it'd probably be a series of crystal ornaments from Swarovski, because I would love to have the rest of the snowflakes and
from the beginning,
and stars from the beginning. Started that collection in 2001, and it's not the first in the series, but I really wish we had them going all the way back to the beginning.
Mr. Guy would like the Chatterphone ornament from the Nostalgia Tree. I love
That
that.
is a cute ornament. That is a very cute Hallmark ornament.
Oh, that is a great one. I love that ornament. Just lots of fun. Now, Donna's asking, what's the best meal you've ever had at either Disneyland or Disney World? Ben, you go first.
That's tough.
hard.
I already know mine.
But
hard.
I don't know. Go ahead, Arnie. It might spark my my thought.
Yeah.
For me, it was an opportunity that we had to go to Napa Rose.
Okay, I was going to say that
and we sat down at the chef's counter. We went to the kitchen, and Chef Sutton was there in the kitchen.
Deborah.
Good night, Deborah. He came to us right at the counter, said hi to Doug because Doug had taken a cooking class from him earlier for a food and wine weekend. So we talked a little bit, and then he stopped and said, okay, guys, is there anything that you are allergic to? Is there anything you don't like? So I told him my distaste of cilantro, and Doug mentioned raw tomatoes. Other than that, we said, just bring us anything. And we did not even order off the menu. He just started bringing food to us. And I would get one plate, Doug would get something else, and then we would sample each other's food, and then they would take that plate away. Then they did that. He did that 6 times. So we got 12 different things from the kitchen. Not to mention, we had a flight of wine that was paired with it perfectly. It was fantastic. Yes, that was at Napa Rose, Donna, definitely. And I'll tell you, that is the meal that I actually had rabbit for the first time. It was a rabbit sausage I had never had before. It was wonderful. It was just delicious. The wines paired perfectly. The sommelier that they have on staff there is just fantastic. So we did that. And then they gave us dessert, and the dessert was spectacular. And then we went and watched the fireworks. But I'd had so much wine that I'll tell you, I said this on D&G Explorers last week. The fireworks, that when I watched it that night, the fireworks were never prettier because I just had so much wine.
Mine would have to be cooking inside the Napa Rose kitchen where I was part of the chef, where it was a special event. That I would have to say, hands down, was it. So I made my own food. So
for me, food it doesn't take a whole lot to please me. But I would say the most memorable meal I've had was most recently when I was able to treat my whole family at Storytellers Cafe.
That was wonderful.
I want that stew. They never coughed up the recipe. I'm so sad.
Okay, so Mike Wheeler's asking questions. What's your most favorable moment since you've been on YouTube?
We didn't finish. You skipped right over my thing. My meal was at the Storytellers Cafe. We were able to have my whole family there, those of us who had attended. But the reason I was able to really enjoy it was that the meal was paid for by all the reward points that I had from my Disney Visa credit card. I built up a lot of money over the years, and I wanted to find a real good reason to use those reward dollars, and that's what I chose to use it on. It was just for my family.
What's the question from Donna there?
2003, the Zebra Domes at Boma at Animal Kingdom Lodge. I won't ever forget that.
2002.
2002. I will not forget that.
The Zebra Domes were...
Yeah, that is the Ratatouille Anton Ego where it goes into the tunnel. That's really good one. Mike, YouTube channel.
What's your favorite moment?
Oh, gosh.
I know what mine is.
Okay, well, Ben,
yeah,
what
you
is
go
it?
first.
I would say it's the first time we got a PBS type of show video produced by Richard showing what we had done with the Taste of Christmas and showing Jim eating the fruitcake. that I howl every time I see that. And I love that moment in our channel's very short history.
For me, it seems most times when I'm crying seems to be my favorite moment. There was a moment when we cried because I was talking about the anniversary of Disneyland during the during PTV Julive. This was back on July 17th. And I broke down. I was weeping because because that whole experience just means so much to me. Disneyland is such a part of my life. And then the other time was just very recently.
Well, one is we thought our PayPal account was hacked. But how is it hacked when PayPal gives you money? So I thought it was a joke. Well, it was our first ever donation from anything, from anybody, from anything before we did it, because we were not monetized and we haven't been monetized. It was our first hack of PayPal. Donna Jaworski was very gracious and very generous, giving us that.
No, she gave us the first super chat.
But she also gave us our first money.
No.
No, there was the PayPal.
No, the first PayPal was from Carlos. Not Carlos, sorry, Chris, Blue Nose.
Really? I thought it was Donna who gave us it.
No, Chris.
Chris.
And then
Chris gave us our
I hope he's doing okay. Has anyone heard from Chris over the past couple of days? I've
he's
seen
in the hospital eating hospital food.
Yeah.
And then Pam's fam.
Yeah.
Pam's fam, and I'll get
Pam's fam. Gosh, Pam was just an absolute delight.
Okay.
Doing something.
Arnie, don't cry on us tonight.
But the other time that I was thinking was when our channel first got monetized less than 2 weeks ago now. And we did it, and I was doing the Daily Dose, and all of a sudden, someone started a super chat train, and it wouldn't stop. And it was just absolutely crazy. I was crying openly.
Yeah.
And
mascaras just
to which Mike Wheeler says,
Tammy Faye Baker.
To which Mike Wheeler says, "Are we watching Mickey's Magic? Is Meg on?"
Pam fam. I don't think anybody's ever listening to me or listening to us. I don't know, it's right here. She asked about cookbooks and my love, and they're my children, and she's like, "Oh, well, Pennsylvania Dutch, something like it." And we got our first thing, and she got me this and I like vintage books, and she got me this I'm getting nauseous. The Pennsylvania Dutch book that's super vintage, and it's just the whole story behind it. So the whole thing that someone was listening and that just got it just took me away. I was haunted by it because I just like really, they took the time and that they listened, because I don't feel like people listen to me. So it's out on our little table. It's in the kitchen. So
yeah.
Wow.
Mike Wheeler's saying that he's made you and Arnie cry off a stream.
He has.
But then again, it was the popcorn bucket. That was really
the popcorn bucket. Just like, yeah, definitely. So Kay Atwood says, "Let's go back to your Christmas party. What entertainment would you have perform, living or dead?"
Ooh,
what entertainment would I
Andy
have?
Williams.
Ben would have Andy Williams
or Dean Martin.
Dean Martin's another one for me. Julie Andrews.
Julie Andrews.
Probably singing "In the Bleak Midwinter." And you, Doug? But Andy Williams, yeah, definitely.
What entertainer would you
use? Living or dead? Oh my goodness. What did Doug say? I wasn't listening.
Entertainer.
Mars looking for Elvis to entertain. Hey, Steve, welcome. James Taylor doing the Bleak Midwinter. Richard, I would say every time I hear James Taylor anymore, all I think of is his cameo on an episode of The Simpsons when Homer was in outer space.
I loved that one. I love Stacey Rogers' favorite PTV moment was the countdown to the premiere of Disney Plus.
I was so bored.
And then that night we ended up watching Steamboat Willie as the first thing on Disney Plus.
Yep.
AGC Magic TV. I like the Bengal barbecue. Yes. Yes, their sauces are amazing.
Yeah, I modified it and made Doug's rub.
Juan wants to know, what's your favorite Juan Rodriguez moment?
The sunshine thing.
The sunshine thing?
The Tongaroa.
You mean eating at...
where he met with us.
Which time? Are you talking about the Tropical Hideaway?
Yeah, the Tropical Hideaway moment.
He likes the Tropical Hideaway. Me, I liked our first meeting when we met at Trader Sam's.
I love the moment when Juan recorded his I want my PTV recording on Main Street. That was awesome. I want my PTV.
Hey Steve. Hey Steve, how you doing?
Steve, I just saw someone post up that as one of her friends that loves puzzles. Her and her daughter literally did all of the giant 40,000 piece, and they had it in their hallway, their entryway. They finished it during quarantine. They did every single put it together thing is monstrous.
And it's in their entry hall. It just stretches for like 20, 30 feet. It's huge.
100 and something. Some picture that posted on Facebook today of someone who also likes puzzles.
It's the giant Disney puzzle that Steve has been doing in parts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, I need my...
So question, as a fellow choir singer, what part do you sing, Arnie? And Ben, do you sing? I sing tenor.
And I'm baritone.
And I break glass.
If you could sing with anyone, who would it be and what song would you sing?
Oh my gosh. Again, Andy Williams, Most Wonderful Time of the Year.
Yeah. I would love to sing that. I would love to sing backup for Andy Williams on that one.
Yeah. We played that all on some.
Absolutely. It's just, to me, that song, anytime I hear that.
That is quintessential Christmas to me.
Yeah, it just takes me to Christmas. It's the first song I always play when we bring out our Christmas music for the season. It's the most wonderful time of the year is the song that we sing.
Oh, and look at that.
That's right. And Sherry's an alto.
When I sing, I break glass and cats start meowing and hissing. So I can't sing.
Donna, I'm gonna send you a message offline. So I'll be sending you a message because I've got something I have in mind. So I'll just remember that.
Oh.
No, just getting in. Got to visit with my youngest son and daughter-in-law on my front porch. Oh, Sherry, that's great.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, that would be Jeremy and Elizabeth. They actually did a vlog with me during the Christmas season where they were unboxing some merchandise that came to them in one of those shipping clubs.
See, the puzzle's 22.5 feet long.
Oh, it was an amazing picture, and you can see them in it.
A huge puzzle.
It's gorgeous.
And then Steve says, I sing like Doug sings.
Yeah. I don't bother.
Donna said, oh, Donna, that is huge. Wow. Richard said, speakers, the best choral Christmas song in the past 5 years. And he's got it there on YouTube. Thanks, Richard. I'll have to check that one out.
Well, I'm not going to say.
Can you grab that link and
copy and paste it? No, copy and paste it.
I can't copy and paste it.
Can you highlight it?
No, it's part of the screen.
No, it isn't. Well, highlight that.
Yeah, how?
Here. Oh my gosh.
Richard, if you could do me a favor and send it to me in a Twitter link, that'd be fine.
No, what he's doing is he's doing a screen capture.
No, I care.
Shift Apple 4. There you go.
Thanks, Richard. I appreciate
that. Okay.
Thanks, Richard. DM you. That's on my best day, Donna. Oh my goodness.
DM you on the Twitter.
Oh wow. Is it really that time already?
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're all
my goodness.
Big huggers.
Wow. See,
well, people got us into our stories. I think we're boring.
Well, no, there's a lot of information.
I live in this thing and I feel like I'm bored. No, I'm never bored. We're never, ever bored. I might be lazy or I get overwhelmed because I have so much to do.
Juan, I'm with you.
But we're never, ever bored.
Yeah.
We got to put up a tree like real soon.
Well, thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike. We could always go into the 78-minute mark.
After the stream is processed.
Oh,
you can
Mike,
go
you're
in
right.
at 70.
That is so true. Oh my goodness.
Well, should we let these people get to bed on the East
Unless
Coast?
they have something
Yeah.
else.
See, Juan says, I cried when I saw Snoopy on ice last year at Knott's Berry Farm. I was a mess.
No, Orlando guy, you're not as big as a Christmas fan as we are. No.
Christmas fan, huge.
Yes.
Well, Richard, you've seen
No.
our videos revolving around the trees and the forest and all that, and oh my God,
A full
Never a dull moment.
moment.
Never a dull moment when the white gloves come on.
Yeah, they are quite.
Jonathan, you're very true. That's a very good statement.
They're
Oh, so true.
many mileage
Well,
on these things.
I think we're gonna have to do this one again sometime. We'll have other topics where we can come up with other ideas for an open forum, because I'll tell you, it seems to be.
Not for another 2.5 hours. Go for it, Steve.
Steve,
I'm
you
so
never
proud of you.
know.
Wow.
He's just the bachelor guy. Auto text. LOL.
Okay. So
Steve.
we'll have to do this one again, and then
What's your
Kay's,
favorite?
Kay's asking, what is your favorite all-time
Wow.
Christmas memory?
That would have been Christmas of 2002, I believe, when Arnie and I went in together and bought annual passes for everybody to go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And we spent New Year's Eve as a family that year at Disneyland. And that's the only time the whole family's ever been to Christmas or to Disneyland at New Year's Eve.
Jim says, I asked Alexa to play Dean Martin's A Marshmallow World today. She obliged. I smiled. True story.
That's, you know what? Another great Christmas song. That is my favorite Dean Martin song from Christmas.
It's a marshmallow world in the winter.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Yep.
And he's like, like drunk. No, what is
Oh, Judy, thank you so much. She loves our chat nights.
Oh, thank you, Judy. Thank you. It's been a while since we've done one of these.
Yeah, it really has. We've had a lot of themes and a lot of things that we've prepared for and all that, but having an open forum just kind of opens you up to doing any type of topics that come up. And thank you so much for joining us. We really, really enjoyed our time this evening.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. And when everyone's involved, asking questions, that just means so much to us. Thank you so much for your participation. This has been a wonderful time. Thank you so much. It helps thinking about great, wonderful memories like this.
Oh, we need to escape.
And it takes our mind off of what's going on around us. So this has been wonderful. So thank you so much. And Mike, thank you. Mike posted a link because of our shop. Yeah, the t-shirts are there. We've got some great t-shirts that Doug just recently designed of addresses. So it says, if found, return to, and it's got the address for either Magic Kingdom, Epcot, or Disneyland. Go check out the t-shirts in our shop. You'll see what's there because they're pretty funny.
Yeah.
Do you hear?
Well, thank you, Pam.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, I'm very delicate.
And Donna, that's just
Oh.
I just
sorry you had to do that.
Lambert songs. Oh, my
And
Alexa.
then Pam says, "You're my best. You're the best. Far from boring. Delicate, maybe, but not boring."
Oh, I am fragile.
Steve, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to meeting you too, Steve. Tonight was one of those nights where I wasn't able to get on to anything before we got here because work for me started at about 7 a.m. here and went all the way until about 6 o'clock or so, 6:30, and then I had to get something to eat. So it was one of those really, really crazy busy days. It's funny, you work from home, you tend to work more.
Yeah, I was doing that today too. I worked more. I was working all the way up until about 4:30. Hopped onto Josh and Britt with Practically Perfect Park Hopping. I was there for about 15 minutes. It said hi to everyone. Wish Steve a good show because then we had to go do things in the kitchen, get things ready for tonight.
Cook.
Yeah. So that was tonight.
And my sun-dried, creamy sun-dried pasta dish. It's very delicious.
And Steve, I'm with you. Yeah, definitely. I get more work done here than I do when I work at the office because I don't get any interruptions.
Sam is in hysterics laughing. Right, I don't know, what is she laughing about?
When Adam Lambert started playing on Alexa.
Oh, Glambert with his. He just wears way too much guy liner for me. No, but he can sing. He can sing.
Well, he's just too much to begin with. Anyway.
Oh no, he's very, very over the
way
top.
over the top.
Yeah, I bet, hey, he can do himself. It's great.
Oh, well, everyone, thank you so much. This has been absolutely wonderful. We'll do this again, definitely, but we won't take as long next time.
Well, it's the stories, and it can get out of control.
We do have an anniversary show coming up soon, and we'll talk more about that as it approaches. So we'll let you know what that's all about soon.
And Richard, if you're here, we will definitely be letting you know which movie we'll be discussing at the next edition of the Disney Plus Movie Club.
Yeah. So I think we're going to do our best to try and decide that tonight so that we can let everyone know what the movie is as soon as we can. So everyone, thank you so much for being with us tonight, spending this time with us. It's been an absolute delight. It always is, actually. Ben, what have you got going for Life with Ben this week?
This week, we are going to be doing an East Bay tour of Target stores. I didn't go inside stores, but I'm taking everybody for a look at the front of the stores and to give a little bit of stories behind some of the places that I stop at.
That sounds awesome.
Should be fun.
Well, I think Donna has tasked me with doing an update video for Keith the Pepper Tree, so I guess I'll be working on that. We have lots of other content that's coming. I promise. It's just a matter of getting to the editing stage, finishing it all off. Pam, we love you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pam. Very much so.
Everyone, thank you so much for spending this time with us. I always consider it such an honor to have our village spend some time with us.
We're taking our time out. And
Monday nights are one of the best times of the week. It really is.
Just really hard to cook.
So everyone, thank you so much for this wonderful time that we spent with you. I'll see you tomorrow with another edition of the Daily Dose of Disney at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. I guess that's it. Do you have anything else that you'd like to share?
No, I'm good.
Well, I'm Arnie.
And I'm Doug.
I'm Ben.
You've been watching PTV Live on Pepper Tree Villa. Everyone have a magical evening and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Thank you, everybody.
See you later.
Bye.